Quick question. When's the last time someone asked you to follow them? And a better question is, did you do it? Well, I know someone who wants you to follow him. We gonna talk about it. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to flow. Let's go! Welcome back, Flow community. Yes, it's another day to grow in our flow of God together, so I'm glad you're here. And before we get started today, I want you to remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that when we drop another Flow video, you don't miss it. So now let's talk about our subject today, which is follow. Where am I getting that from? Well, over the next 4 videos, we're going to talk about this acronym FLOW, because what Flow is trying to accomplish here on this channel, it's all wrapped up in that acronym. And you know what that acronym stands for: follow, love, obey, worship. So if you stick with me over these next videos, you're going to learn more about what that means and what that means in our relationship with God, and why I'm here trying to do my part in building God's kingdom. So stick with me, and this is what we're going to talk about. Follow. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever asked yourself, am I a follower of Jesus Christ? It's something important that we need to think about as believers. And in order to explain this, I want to use an example. I want to use the example of being a fan of a sports team, a fan of a music group maybe. And I want to talk about fans, because you have fans and then you have super fans, or you have like groupies when it comes to music groups. What's the difference? Well, a fan, there's a limit to what a fan will do. There's a limit to what a fan will spend. Y'all feel me? Y'all might have been there, right? You're a fan of your team, of your group. They in town, you might go support them, but once they go out of town, well, how much does it cost to go to that concert? How much gas am I going to have to see? How much is the plane ticket, right? Don't let the team go overseas and play. Nah, well, I'm going to just catch them. See, there are people that are going to put limits, but then there are the super fans. There are the groupies. Guess what? There is no limit to that person getting in the presence of their group, right? They will spend whatever they have, right? They will do whatever they have to do in order to be in the presence of their group, of their team. They just want to be there. And with a groupie, let me make it even more detailed. They want to become a part of that singing group's family. When I say the posse, I'm not saying that. They want to be invited on tour. They want to be backstage. They want to hang out at the parties. They want to be able to be in the presence of that group. Well, I'm here to say this. I'm using this lightly, but as a follower of Jesus, we should be more like groupies. We should be more like super fans. Whatever it takes to be in his presence, that's what we need to do, right? There were a lot of fans in the Bible. See, they were there when he was feeding people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Whenever Jesus was performing a miracle, there were a lot of fans. But then there were the followers, and you knew some of them. They were the original apostles. Wherever he went, they wanted to be in his presence. They were students. Right? They were students in his presence because of who he said he represented, who he said he was. His message is what they wanted to know. And for us, as a follower, you want to learn Jesus' message. Everything that he said, it's your desire to know his message. See, that's what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. It's not, you just checking in every now and again at a church, at a Bible study. No, you want your time, and I'm not saying consume your whole life, but guess what? You might need to consume more of your time to know exactly what Jesus said. You want to understand what he said, and then you want to commit to now following what he said. And see, you have to ask yourself that in life, like, am I a follower or am I just a fan? Am I putting limits on how much I want to know about Jesus? Because, this world is going to challenge us, right? You can see it in the culture. They want you to only go so far with this Jesus stuff. But I'm telling you this, if you are going to flow God, you got to flow Jesus. And if you're going to flow Jesus, you can't put a limit on what you want to know about Jesus. And let me say it this way, because Jesus said it best. He said it in Matthew 16. He said this, starting at verse 24, then Jesus said to his disciples, if any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. See, he says 2 things. He says you must give up your own way, take up your cross. This is what Jesus says. He's saying In order to follow him rightly, we have to deny our own way of looking at the world, looking at humanity, right? And when he says take up your cross, he's saying we have to be willing to die. It's a sacrificial thing that we have to do. And see, you need to start observing your life, observing your mind, your heart. And is that what you're doing in your life with God? Are you being sacrificial in how you're pursuing God? Or have you put limits on how much you are going to pursue God? Because if you truly want to be a pleaser of God, you got to understand what it means to follow his son. You got to follow Jesus, and you got to follow him for the right reasons. Remember this, that, he put on human flesh. That's what John 1 teaches us. Why did he do that? Because we needed a substitute. We needed a substitute to pay for our sins so that we could be forgiven. And that's exactly what Jesus did for us. When he came and put on human flesh, right? Then he was crucified on the cross. That's beautiful imagery, isn't it? Because he carried his own cross, right, to his crucifixion site. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to carry our own cross. We're supposed to die daily so that we might know Jesus. I mean, there's so much more I could say, but I hope you understand what I'm saying today. Examine your life. Look at the things you love in life, and you ask yourself, am I loving those things more than I'm loving Jesus? And if I am, today is the day that you can get it right. You can become a follower of Jesus Christ. I hope this helps you. I hope you feel me today. Remember this: follow, love, obey, worship. That's what we're made to do. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video.